Okay, we're trying again. This is take 2. See if you can sign in. If you can't, fortunately everything I was saying was about the future. See if you can get going onto this moment here. If you can't, within the next 10 minutes, I will do the video and upload it, which will take obviously another 40 minutes, but I can do that. People, if you can let me know if there's a connection. I won't bother talking much more because there's little point. If you be in touch with me through the page, tell me yes, no, there is a connection. It's the first time it's failed on Facebook Live, except way back at the very beginning, and it still was able to then reconnect. I'm fairly certain we're a bit unsure now because there's only one person found the connection. I appear to have good internet and Wi-Fi. There's no flashing lights or red lights for me. So, but it's definitely my end, it would appear. Let me know if you can find your way into this moment. 5 people. Which 5 people are in the room? Can you let me know? Margaret is watching, great. So Margaret, you can see me clearly, can you? Let me know if everything's looking good, okay? This was meant to be day 20 of a video sequence of a series that we've done over 20 days. This was meant to be day 20. And everything being put together in one spectacular routine, which I'm desperate to share with you and really hoping that you can connect with me. I'm hoping that we haven't suddenly got a problem with our connection, but that's life if we have. People, let me know. I've got 7 people in theory eyes on, but there's not the usual people telling me they're in, which would suggest that maybe there is an issue with this. Okay. I think I will act as though you can all see me. Good morning, Sarah. So we've got Sarah, Margaret, Diane. You keep going back to the beginning. I've started again, Diane. I've had to finish and then come back in the room because it said I had a poor connection. Anyway, let me get on with this. We're happening as we should. If you start standing with your feet parallel, have your pelvic position ready. Everything we do today is about putting together everything we've done over the last 20-day series of workouts. Starting with great posture, core connect, pelvic floor, navel, spine bringing in. We've learned now to have your arms backwards and strong. Finding your shoulder stabilizers leads to better alignment on the squat. Here we go, your legs are tight together as you go down into squat and stand. Inhale, make it slow. I'm doing 5 more or less of everything. So that would mean we have 3 more. You're breathing, finding your form, finding your breath. And when you go down on this one, so down we are to stay, breathe. Exhaling for your pelvic tilt. Breathe in and go back to your neutral curve. Breathe out, keep putting your shoulders together as your pelvic tilt. You 3 more, keeping a steady breathing pattern and a deeper connection of pelvic floor, transverse wall. You've 2 more. My upper back's working with my shoulder blades pulling together. You've got 1 more, and on this one, pelvic tilt, and return your posture all the way up to stand. Take your arms into a Cossack, and now you've got your toes, tiptoes balance, and lower down. Breath out to go up onto your toes, and then breathing in, rolling back down again. Breathing out, roll. And inhale and lower. Exhaling to roll. Inhale to lower. Last time, ankle rolls, tiptoes, and inhale to lower, and allow your arms to go back behind. 5 squats before we take you into your rolling down. So inhale into the squat, looking for your pelvis to stay true. Down we go, and up we go. I'm glad people are managing to get in. Down, inhaling as deep a breath, consistent as you can. Down to stay. Now allow the arms to stay backwards. This time we'll roll down through the head, neck, shoulder area. So huge inhale. Breath out to pull the chin to the chest. Your arms will go further up as you bend your rib cage. And then down you go, shrinking the tongue. And allow your arms then to come to the floor. It's as though you've got a beach ball between your abdomen, your belly, and your thighs. You're not collapsed onto your hips. Your pelvis is in neutral. You bend and stretch the legs. Inhale to slight bend, push the hands to the ground. And every breath out, consolidate shrinkage of the abdominal area. After that fifth one there, stay, have the legs bent. You're now ready to stride with your arms into plank, finding the perfect plank position, chest between thumbs. Now this is called push and pull plank. Push backwards till you end up in three-quarter plank, knees touch. Push forwards and pull with your hands to find yourself in true plank, chest forwards of thumbs. Inhale to come backwards. Exhale and push. You slide back and forth, and we've learned to push the ground away from us in this series. The sense of pulling and pushing with the feet. The middle abdominal area takes the power from what the hands do. The armpits activate the pelvic floor transverse wall. The next time you pull yourself back to the three-quarter plank, stay. Now you're going to push yourself into a kind of extended shoulder position, not tucked under bottom. Then pull yourself into an extended upper thoracic position, pulling yourself forwards, shoulders away from the neck. Exhale, press the ground away, don't tuck the bottom under, reach your chest forwards, cleavage reaching between thumbs, and then pull yourself back, allowing the elbows to bend to get an element of upper spine stretch. And back we go. Symmetry. Forward you come into that extension of the hip and the upper thoracic. Next time you go back, stay. You've got your bottom back towards your heels. Keep your hands where they are, flatten your feet, and on the breath out, let the head drop down as you roll your spine up. And you're onto your kneeling position, ready for your thigh stretch. Reorganize everything. Find the breathing connection. Your trunk stabilized, side-bottom connection, but not bum-cheek squeeze. Reach your arms backwards then, and pointing to the heels. Inhale to lean back, and exhale up. Inhaling, away you go. And breath out. We get the thigh stretch in place. Inhale, turn to one side if you want, and go back. And over to the other side, inhaling and back. From there then, back to hands and knees, but this time it's the box shape, isn't it? The hands and knees position has to be knees together at this point and hands either side, thumbs between, or chest between thumbs. Slide your right leg backwards with it still touching the floor. Hold that position, breathe deeply in. Exhaling, you've got a small lift and lower of that right leg back, up and down, just for 5, 3 more, 2 more. Now that leg is going to come out to the side. I've lined the heel with the thigh, the kneeling leg. My curves of the spine are neutral. If anything, you want to think flat back. There should be nothing happening to the sacrum or anything. Next position then, as you breathe out, push the ground away and feel the kneeling leg lift. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor, never spine, press the ground away and the kneeling leg lifts and lowers. And breathing out, armpits, obliques, and lowers. 2 more. Staying as square as you can, hip bone to hip bone. Last one. And keep the knee down. From that position, bend your elbows and get both forearms flat to the ground, equal load through both forearms and hands. That's your stretch, no tucking under. Pull yourself back up to all fours. Push the ground and pull the elbows down, and pull the ground under you and pull the chest forwards. Exhaling and inhaling. You're seeking symmetry of alignment as you take these shapes in and out. You're getting an inner thigh stretch and a wake up of the stability on the armpit obliques. Make that your last one. You're ready for thread the needle. Take your left arm out. So you've got the opposite arm to leg, and you're going to exhale and rotate the thoracic. Inhale, return. I'm keeping my foot pushing against the ground, and my kneeling leg stays true under my hip. So you've got nothing changed. It's pelvic neutral with rib cage, neck rotation. Exhaling. Inhale and back. One last one. Exhaling. And inhale and return. Bring the knees together. Ready to change sides. I'm just going to move up a tad for reasons that are obvious. Slide the leg to the bottom end of the mat. You're in a true all fours 3-point position. Exhale, keeping the chest between the thumbs lined up over the wrist. The leg lifts and lowers. Notice the leg is a reaching lift. It's not a leg kick. It's not some kind of fitness video. This is a connection with the hamstring and the glute along with your obliques, which is your trunk stability. Last two. Last one. Now take that leg out sideways. So it's now, in fact, I'll do it like this so you can see more. You're now here. So your hands are under the shoulders still. From this position here then, exhaling, let the knee lift and inhale lower. Breathe out. You push with your hands and the foot that's out to your side and you lift up and down. Breathe out. There's no change to the spine. You'll feel more load going through your opposite armpit to leg that's out straight. And your resisting twist. Last one. And down it goes. Ready for thread the needle. Breathe out. Rotation of rib cage and neck. Inhale and back. Breathe out. The elbow may bend of the arm that you're rotating under. That's fine. What can't shift is the shoulder and the hip. Breathe. So the shoulder that goes under, the right shoulder, because it's my right leg that's out, is the one that's moving. Okay, you've got one last one. And coming back. Put both hands in place again. Here's where we bend the elbows and hinge. Forearms have to have equal weight for symmetry. And you pull forwards and up. Hinge back. In this position here, you've got your adductor stretch. There's no part of you resting. This isn't a kind of cheeky little moment to do naff all. This is a moment of activation with an asymmetrical positioning going on. You're breathing, feeding the body and finding spaces that have reduced and creating activation to keep those spaces open. All right, people, this is your last one. And up you come and you bring your legs back together. We're going straight to our sides. On the side position, take it so that your feet are obviously level, stacked on top of each other, and then pull them forwards to the corner of your mat. So if you're lined up at the back end of your mat line, then your heels have gone forwards of that line, and then you can take your upper body down. You might think we're going at a pace. It's because I've said day 20 of the series is a consolidation of everything we've been doing. I'm trying to visit every position just for a few reps. This side series leaves you in a straight line from the neck, through the spine, through to the pelvis. Your waist is off the floor on the side you're lying. We build this one up bit by bit. You can have your hand here if you want. Exhale, the top leg lifts, and inhale, it lowers. In this moment, as you lift and lower, the underneath leg isn't resting. It's active and it's getting ready for action. As the leg lifts and lowers, you're stabilizing the pelvis and making the breathing and the leg connection fluent. Okay, we're going to leave the leg up then. Breathe. We still have the waist off the floor on the side we're lying. Exhale, the underneath leg lifts. Inhale, it lowers. And make the connection between breathing out and feeling the effort, pull the leg up, inhaling lower. It's a reaching lift and a lower. And now both legs stay together. Stay. Put your hand in place. This is where we do the hip hitch. So your leg's going to lower down. And then exhale, hitch. Inhale, it goes down. Find the breath out first and hitch. Inhale, it goes down. You can point if you want in between. Breathe out and hitch. The sense of the waist now, the hip working, the underneath waist lengthening because it closes the gap obviously on the hitch. Last one. And then lower down. Both legs are hovered. Flex at your ankles. Inhaling, pull one leg forwards, take one leg back. Exhale, point those toes and switch. Inhaling and exhale, switch. Inhaling and breathe out and switch. So now you're staying pelvic neutral, inhaling, point, exhale, switch. Refuse to let the legs drop. Imagine that they're walking big strides across the floor. The hips staying true. Your range is a reaching range. People, the next time your legs come past each other, pull them back forwards to where they were at the setup. You're still in a neutral sideline position. We have our leg circles. The top leg therefore will reach forwards and backwards, and inhale, exhale without your hips rolling. Inhaling and, do you remember the circle series or circle video that we did? My underneath leg is full of energy, and now I'm going to reverse the circle. So go back the way you came. And the thing to watch on this is that you don't throw your hip thinking it's your thigh. It's the thigh within the pelvis that has to find the positioning. You've got one more. At which point, bend both legs in and pull yourself onto hands and knees. Once you're onto hands and knees, you've got your tricep dips. Create the true all fours position. So from this position here, I can show you where you should be. If I move sideways, you're here. With tricep dips then, the elbows come back towards the hips as you dip forwards and back. Use your breath in to take your body to the ground, and use the breath out to push the ground away. Inhaling down and breath out. Your elbows come right towards the hip bones. Your chest goes forwards of your fingers. Just do two more. And one more. And guess what? You're now going to go on to the other side of side line. Once again, have your feet stacked, legs, hips, and then pull them forwards, creating still the angle going on at the pelvis, your flexors. Lie the posture into a straight line just here. Settle down for a moment, breathe, breathing deeply in and out. And your first sequence, both legs are active, but the top leg will lift and lower. The exhale to lift, the inhale to lower, although the truth is it makes little difference at this level. What does matter is that you're working with the lightness and the ease of the exercise rather than just thinking of your leg kicking up and down. You're priming this whole pelvic side position, ready for more activity. So staying with the leg up this time, breathe. Exhaling underneath leg. Inhale and lower. Breathe out, find your inner thigh. The leg should be tensioned, full of energy, and the inner thigh connecting with the abductor breath out. You're a genius if you decide to wait for the breath out to sense this here before pulling that leg up. Rather than assuming it's all easy, you methodically go through it. Both legs are now together. Are you ready for the double leg lift? Exhaling, hip pitch and double leg lift. Inhale and down. Wait for the breath out. Up. And inhaling and down. Exhaling, up. Feel the underneath waist lengthen and the top waist shorten. Nothing in the lower back. Being true to keep your hips up and stacked, one on top of the other. So we hitch and we lengthen. Do one more. Hitch and lengthen. Energized legs. You're going to take the top leg forwards and the bottom leg backwards. Breathe. Point the toe and switch. Breathe. Exhale. You may find one side more intense than the other, or less fluent or fluid, whatever you want to see it as. But whichever way, the thought of keeping connected to the waist, so both sides of your waist staying true and equal, your shoulders staying relaxed. You're using the movement to flow with the breath out and the breath in. And breath out and breath in. Next time your legs come to each other, leave them with each other. Let the underneath leg lower down. Remember, it's forwards of the flexed hip. Give your legs circles. Inhaling up and back. Big circle, but no movement of your pelvis. And the backwards flow of this circle is determined by your range of movement at your hip. It's also determined by how stable your pelvic stability is. So if you're a bendy Wendy, I can guarantee you need to work really hard at pressing down on the bottom leg as you keep your waist off the floor. Take the other way around. Exhale, flex, backward pull, up and forwards and pull back. Exhale, pull right back. The thigh within the hip, getting a really good articulation. You have one more. Exhale, pull back. And legs come together. Well done. Bend your legs in. You're coming to seated now. So sitting up tall. In the seated position, have it so that your feet are at the end of the mat. Your feet are hip width apart. And now take your hands behind your back. One of the videos, day 2, had a lot of upper back work to try and bring together a lack of COVID forwards, bent, hunched postures. Inhale into the shape here and now. Exhale. So breathe in and out, keeping the legs strong and the chest up. So you're inhaling and exhaling. As you do this breathing, get grounded through the seat bones. Keep your collarbones wide open and keep the abdominal wall connected. Just one more deep inhale and exhaling. Now, take your arms forwards. We're going to do it in forwards flex spine this time. Exhale and forwards pull, rib cage, over legs and stay. Remember, the forwards bend is of the rib cage and the neck, not of the lower back. As you keep your arms by your ears and you keep breathing deeply in and out, the toes pull to the nose, your legs are strong and your breath muscles are connecting your core. 2 more huge inhale, exhale. 1 more. Now put the 2 together. Inhale, reach your arms back and push the ground away. Exhale, pull your arms forward and flex the upper spine. Breathe in, strong arms take you backwards and upwards with the chest. Exhaling, strong rib cage arms take you forwards without twisting or shifting. You've 2 more. Big breath in with this upper back work and big breath out. Flexion obliques. Inhale, extension, and then exhale, flex and stay. Are you ready for saw? Take your left arm back, thumbs down, and your right hand over your left foot. Inhaling, up you go to the ceiling, your hand goes down, you go back to that extension single side. Exhaling, forwards, bend and reach with both arms simultaneously. Breathe in and lift the trunk thoracic up. Breathe out and extend. Breathe in and reach. And breathe out. So same side each time. If you've done alternating sides, don't worry. Life will still look the same when you've finished. Last time for this side for me. You come up, put your other hand down, take your other arm up, start with the flex. Inhale, up you reach, exhale, push. The 2-directional push is with your arms. Your rib cage bends the hip bone area, but the hips and the lumbar spine go nowhere. So you shouldn't be getting your chest onto your thigh. Exhale and inhale 1 more time. Exhale and inhale and release upright. From this position here then, take your hands and have them like so. In fact, I'm going to change shape for you just so you get a better view. Have your arms here, your legs are straight. If you need to bend, you can. I know that it's really gruesome doing the whole seated work, but that's life. As you come down away from, pull your hands to your chest like so. You've rolled the spine, but you've not rolled the upper back, and then come back up again, sitting tall. We do a breath out, pelvic floor, nose, spine. Hands come to about sternum height, mid-sternum, and sitting back up. Exhaling. You've got the symmetry of rolling through the seat bones, the rolling pelvis, pelvic floor, navel, spine. We have one more, keeping everything centered. Now we've got to take it into our obliques. So instead, you're going to go down. Once you're here, take your arm and reach it back. Pull it back to here, push your arms back and sit up tall. Other side. We go back as we did. We take the arm, reach it back, reach your arm, and pull yourself up. Back. Now look. Return, return. You go back. And double reach. Return, return. Well done. I assume you're doing really well. I'm going to be disappointed, aren't I? I'm going to come back to the studio and thinking that everyone's doing exactly as I am. And I'm suddenly going to go, oh, is that what you thought I was doing? Oh my goodness. Okay, people, 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more each side. Inhale, rolling off those seat bones. Big reach, return, return. Everything abdominal now and flexors, assisting you along the wonderful way of and forwards bend. I'm going to change my shape for you, ready for rolling down. If you're comfortable to roll down from the seated spine stretch position, then here we go. The breath out, shrink the tongue, and keep the pelvis rolling. Keep your arms strong and the thigh bones parallel. Once you're down here, if you do need a block for under your head, then by all means get one. Slide your heels so they end up under your knees and make sure your clothing feels level and you're not bunched up somewhere. Having the legs tight together initially to make sure that you've got your alignment. Have your arms reaching. Breathe 5 times in and out just to acknowledge a pelvic neutral position. Inhaling and exhaling. Allow the back of the skull to feel heavy. The ridge of the skull, the occipital bone is where you should be rested. The chin slightly nodded in, but no real force is going anywhere. As your breath works in and out, your sense of where the pelvis is magnifies and the back of your rib cage, you're in neutral. You'll now take the hands behind the skull, if indeed you can do this. Have the thumbs by the jawline. Exhaling then to nod the chin and curl up without tucking under, people. Feet are heavy and breathe in and go back down again. Make this really deliberate. Exhaling, chin nod, rib cage bends. Inhaling, reverse the rolling spine. Exhaling, chin nods, pelvic floor, navel, spine. Inhaling, and you reverse down. Breathing out. Notice if one side of you wants to shift, roll, or lift. You've got 1 more before we take it to the obliques. Keep your legs exactly where you are. Exhale, curl, and go to one side. Come back to the center on the inhale. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. So you're not quite going down. You're forcing your breath. Shrink the oblique to shortness without the hips going anywhere. Exhale through one armpit, over to the other shoulder, but not rolling to look sideways. I look beyond the side of my knee joint and don't find movement where it doesn't exist in your body. 1 more each side. Stay center. Stretch out your right leg and keep it hovering. Inhale, roll down. Exhale as you curl up, pull the elbows together and let that leg lift. Inhale as you lower down, lower it away from you. You're still in neutral, or you're in a comfortable place for your back. Exhale, it's pelvic floor obliques. Lower. So the upper body is centering up, armpits coming. It's that butterfly sense that we do with our arms here at the studio. 1 more. And then place that foot down, stretch the other leg away. Strong, long, neutral. Inhale, roll the upper thoracic down. Ab prep, curl. It lifts. Breathe in, it lowers down. It only lifts the height of your other thigh. You keep heavy with the foot that's on the floor along with the back of the pelvis. This is the exercise sequence that gives you the chance to modify any twisting that wants to go on in the hips. And my left hip just wants to move all over the place. But as I abide by the pelvic floor oblique breath rules, guess what? It works. Inhale, back down. Exhale, curl, and take that leg straight to the ceiling. Pop your head down. From here then, you're going to stretch out your other leg and draw circles with the thigh leg that's in the air. The circle wants to definitely go out sideways and then across without your pelvis going anywhere. Your pelvis stays true. Point the leg and change the direction. If you can't do it straight because your hamstrings aren't long enough, then do it with the thigh bone bent. Whichever way, it should be pleasant. The next time you find yourself finishing a circle, keep the leg up. Exhale, curl up through the head, neck and shoulders, and we have our scissors. Strong legs, breathe in and switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale and switch. Just 4 more. Strong opposing reach. 2 more. And you're going to finish with the other leg up in the air, the other leg straight but energized, and here, leg circles. Go back to the knowledge of your pelvic stabilization and allow the breathing muscles to work with you as you draw the circles, ever increasing in size, aiming to keep your thigh bone relatively parallel, changing direction. Flex. Remember, you can bend your leg if indeed the hamstring doesn't allow this range. I have got decent hamstring length along with decent pelvic stability, so I look relatively comfortable doing this with straight legs. Both legs are energized. This is your last one. And then pull your knees into your chest. Give your lower back a bit of a kind of release if indeed you got involved. And then you're coming up into a side position. We can't do this series without doing the sides. So your hips are back against the back line. And your feet, my heels are on the back line. My back of the pelvis is along the back line. And my hand is shoulder trunk length apart, as it were. We've done this in this setup. Knees are stacked one on top of the other, and I then salute. My shoulder isn't here, it's here. On the breath out, you're going to pull the hips up and side bend upwards. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, as you come through this line here, it's diagonal, you're going to side bend towards your hip. I'm not quite on the floor, I'm on my side. Shin, inhale. Exhale, cover the thighs. And side bend, you push the floor away with both limbs. And you come through your diagonal line. Keep the shoulder away from the neck and feel this lengthening out to one side of the hip. Breathe in. Exhaling, shrink. Thighs, inner thighs, obliques, side bend. Breathe in and breathing out and reverse. Inhale. Exhale. And let's go. Exhaling. Oh, we're back on. Yes. Up we go. Breathe in, breathe out, and find that reaching side. It's a lovely stretch. Breathe in. Pelvic floor nail to spine, and press the ground away. Create that side bend through the waist and the hip. Breathe in. Exhale, and breathe. I'm back. I've realized I'm back. We're on the other side, people, of the side bend series, which is lovely. Use your breathing. If in doubt, breathe and hold your pose. Breathing in here, the armpit pushes the ground away, the waist shortens. You breathe in to lengthen side. You breathe out to lengthen through the other side. Shall we do one more? And press the ground away. Waist muscles working really hard, and when you've done the last time, down you go, and it's a well done. Right, dare we carry on? I'm going to take you through swan and swim. So the swan and swim would be legs reaching to either end of your mat, hands ready at the sides to help you do a little bit of length. I have my hands off my mat but level with my ears. Your feet are staying heavy for this one. Your feet are not too wide. Everything's length, and breathe in and push the ground away. Exhale, belly to spine, bend the elbows and pull the ground to you. Inhale to reach the ground away, core connecting, coming up as high as your posture allows you. Exhaling and back down. And inhaling, stretching the obliques. Exhaling. 2 more. That sense of shoulder blades drawn down the back, collarbones being wide open. And last one. And I'm looking at the screen. You don't have to necessarily look at the screen, people. Now reach your arms. Arms are as though you're creating a crab-like shape with your fingertips, shoulders away from the neck. Shrink navel to spine, pubic bone dominant. Let your left leg reach up and away, and let your right arm reach up and away. So left and right, exhaling, leg up, inhale, leg down. Other side, exhale, leg up, arm sweeps the side, and inhale, they return. Now if you want to look to the side as you reach one leg and you sweep the arm, it's like swimming. All the while the face stays hovering the floor, the nose points and points, whether it's to the floor or to the side. The back of the thigh, hamstring and glutes are activating. There's nothing happening anywhere in the lumbar spine. Make this your last one. And let that go. Okay, from this position here then, put your hands under your shoulders. Bring yourself back to all fours. Get your toes to tuck right underneath. I would have a smaller all fours position than we do have. We're going into pyramids to get a huge stretch through what we call the posterior chain, heel to head. Big breath in, big breath out, shrink the tongue, round the ribcage part of the spine, and push your hips up and press your heels down. Now inhale, pull forward a bit and let your heels lift up. Breath out, lift the sky, and then press down through those heels. Inhale, exhale, push down. If you're really struggling, then by all means pull your hands closer. Ideally, you need your rib cage to bend, chin to chest, and you can go up again and push down, stay. Your final experience now is the single leg reach. Go to your fingertips and find your arabesque. Reach up. 5, 4, keep looking for your toes. 3, 2, 1, and pull that leg down. Create symmetry, find your connection through imprint of the foot. Take the other leg up, and it's 5. Push down through one heel, push up through the other. 4, 3, resist, twist. 2, 1, and pull that leg down. Both feet level, bend the knees. Are you ready? Exhale, head hanging, tuck your bottom under, and return your spine shape all the way back. Organise your clothing. Stand with your feet hip width apart, and take one arm up in the air, take the other arm across your body, take one foot behind, and have a bow. Well done, you have worked really hard. Many of you I know have followed from day 1 to day 20, along with day 1 to day 63. I can't emphasise enough how the series of 20 is a brilliant series that will help to reorganise people's posture, spine, and every video would be more pertinent to a certain type of posture than the other, but every video is pertinent. Anyway, well done. I'm glad that our IT issues allowed me to complete this video. Hopefully you can get enough from it to still work with it. That was the whole body expected to do appropriately that which would change alignment and create better posture. So it's another goodbye from me until we meet again. Have a look at the studio again, lovingly and longingly. This is where you're going to return to. And look out onto your WhatsApp groups that I've originated with, where you'll get a feed of the step-by-step return to the studio. Remember, we continue till Friday, then there is a whole week off, and then fingers crossed, we will open on July the 6th, although the government is slow still in giving that green light, but I'm believing we will. Take care, everybody. Stay well, stay active, and enjoy your videos. I promised I'd bring you out of lockdown with the day 1 to 20 series. I think we're doing that, aren't we? We're coming out of lockdown with our bodies. It's a goodbye from me then. And yes, practice your arabesques, ready for the studio. Take care, people. Lots of love to you all.